Okay, so yesterday, my friend texts me and asks, "Where are you?" And then I'm telling my roommate about it, and I'm like, "He asked me where was I?" And my roommate just stares at me like I said something in alien language. Did I mess up?
Oh man, Leo, you did mess up. But honestly, like 90% of English learners make this exact same mistake. It's super common.
Wait, what? What did I say wrong?
You said he asked me where was I, but it should be he asked me where I was. No question mark, different word order.
Oh, okay, that sounds right, but I have no idea why.
That's what we're covering today. Welcome to English Speaking Practice, everyone. I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo, the guy who apparently can't report a simple question correctly.
Don't worry, you're not alone. Today we're diving into reported questions, or indirect questions, which is when you tell someone what another person asked. And honestly, it's one of those grammar topics that trips up even advanced learners.
Yeah, because apparently where was I is wrong, but where I was is right. That's backwards from normal questions.
Exactly, that's the whole trick. And by the end of this episode, you're gonna nail this every single time. We're covering the word order rule that changes everything, when to use if versus whether, tense changes, and we'll practice with tons of real-life examples.
And if you're new here, welcome. We post fun English lessons every week that don't feel like boring classroom stuff. We're just two friends helping you get better at English.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. We make grammar actually enjoyable, I promise.
All right, so break it down for me. What's the deal with reported questions?
Okay, so first, let's understand what we mean by reported questions. Let's say someone asks you directly, "What time is it?" That's a direct question, right?
Yeah, simple.
But then later you're telling your friend about it. You'd say, "He asked me what time it was." That's a reported question. You're reporting what someone else asked.
Okay, that makes sense. So instead of the exact words they said, I'm telling someone about the question.
Exactly. You're not quoting them directly with quotation marks. You're rephrasing it into a statement form.
Wait, statement form? But it's still a question, right?
Here's the key thing, Leo. In reported questions, the sentence becomes a statement, not a question. So even though the original was a question, when you report it, you're stating what was asked.
Oh, so that's why there's no question mark at the end.
Yes, perfect. He asked me what time it was. Period, not a question mark. Because you're stating what he asked, not asking it yourself.
That actually makes sense. Okay, I'm following so far.
All right, here comes the golden rule, the thing everyone gets wrong. Ready?
Hit me with it.
In reported questions, you do not use question word order. You use statement word order.
What's the difference?
Okay, in a normal direct question, you invert the subject and verb, right? Like, where are you? The verb are comes before the subject you.
Okay, yeah.
But in reported questions, you don't invert. You keep it in statement order, subject first, then verb. So it becomes where you are, not where are you.
Whoa, wait, so he asked me where you are?
Almost. You'd usually shift the tense too, so it'd be he asked me where I was. But yes, the structure is subject, verb, not verb, subject.
So that's why where was I is wrong. I kept the question order, was I, when I should have just said I was.
Exactly, you're getting it. Let me give you another example. Direct question, why are you late? Reported, she asked me why I was late.
Not why was I late.
Correct. See, you've got this.
Okay, this is actually clicking. So the word order flips from question order to normal statement order.
Yep, and this applies to all those question words. What, where, when, who, why, how. Let's practice a few.
Let's do it.
All right, direct question. What are you doing? How would you report that?
He asked me what I was doing, not what was I doing.
Perfect. Next one, where did you go?
She asked me where I went, not where did I go, right?
Yes, you're crushing this. One more, when will you arrive?
Okay, so he asked me when I would arrive, not when would I arrive.
Exactly. Notice how you changed will to would, too?
Yeah, that tense shift thing again. Why do we do that?
All right, let's talk about tense backshift. This is where it gets a little trickier, but stick with me.
I'm ready.
So, when you're reporting something someone said in the past, you usually shift the tenses back one step. Like present simple becomes past simple. Present continuous becomes past continuous. Will becomes would.
Okay, give me some examples.
Sure. Direct, where do you live? Reported, he asked me where I lived. Do live becomes lived.
So present simple, do you live, becomes past simple, I lived.
Exactly. Another one. Are you working becomes he asked me if I was working. Present continuous, are working becomes past continuous, was working.
Got it. And will you come becomes she asked me if I would come. Will becomes would.
Perfect. You're nailing this.
Wait, but what if the question is already in past tense? Like, where did you go?
Good question. Past simple becomes past perfect. So, where did you go becomes he asked me where I had gone.
Had gone instead of just went?
Yep. Though honestly, in casual conversation, a lot of native speakers skip this and just keep it past simple, where I went. But technically, where I had gone is more correct.
Okay, so there's some flexibility there?
A little bit, yeah. The super formal grammar rule says shift to past perfect, but in everyday speech, you'll hear both.
That's good to know. Makes it less scary.
Exactly. Now here's another thing. Sometimes you don't shift the tense.
Wait, what? Now I'm confused again.
Okay, so if the information is still true or relevant now, you can keep the original tense. For example, if someone asks, where do you work? And you're reporting it 5 minutes later, you could say, he asked me where I work, because you still work there.
Oh, so if it's still true in the present, you don't have to change it.
Right, you can choose. He asked me where I work, or he asked me where I worked. Both are fine. But if the situation has changed, then you definitely shift the tense.
Okay, that makes sense. Context matters.
Exactly. All right, let's practice a bunch of these together so it really sinks in. I'll give you a direct question. You convert it to reported speech. Ready?
Let's do it.
What's your name?
She asked me what my name was.
Great. How old are you?
He asked me how old I was.
Perfect. Do you like pizza?
She asked me if I liked pizza.
Awesome. Where did you grow up?
He asked me where I had grown up, or just where I grew up in casual speech.
Yes, both work. Why are you crying?
She asked me why I was crying.
Excellent. Can I borrow your pen?
He asked me if he could borrow my pen.
Nice. You caught the pronoun change too. I becomes he.
Yeah, that felt natural. Cool.
All right, let's try some trickier ones. Have you ever been to Japan?
Ooh, present perfect. Okay. She asked me if I had ever been to Japan.
Perfect. Present perfect, have been, becomes past perfect, had been. Will you marry me?
Okay, that's a big one. He asked me if I would marry him.
Yes. What are you going to do tomorrow?
Going to. She asked me what I was going to do the next day.
Excellent. You caught the time word change too. Tomorrow becomes the next day.
Oh yeah, because if I'm reporting it later, tomorrow doesn't make sense anymore.
Exactly. Same thing with today becomes that day, yesterday becomes the day before, next week becomes the following week.
That's smart. Makes sense when you think about the timeline.
Yep. Okay, here's a common mistake I hear all the time. Tell me if this sounds right. He asked me, did I want coffee?
No, that's wrong. It should be if I wanted coffee. You need the if and the right word order.
Yes, perfect. People forget the if all the time. Another one. She asked me where was the bathroom.
Nope, where the bathroom was. Gotta flip that word order.
Exactly. These are the two biggest mistakes I hear. Forgetting if on yes-no questions and keeping the question word order instead of switching to statement order.
Okay, so just to recap, because I want to make sure I got this all. When reporting a question, use statement word order, not question order. For yes-no questions, add if or whether, and usually shift the tense back one step.
Perfect summary. That's it in a nutshell.
And no question mark at the end because it's a statement about what was asked, not a question itself.
Yes, you've totally got this.
Okay, let's practice with some real-life scenarios so I can actually use this stuff.
Love it. Okay, scenario 1. You're at a party and someone asks, "Do you know anyone here?" Later, you're telling your friend about the awkward moment. What do you say?
This random guy asked me if I knew anyone there.
Perfect. Notice you changed here to there, too.
Yeah, because I'm not at the party anymore when I'm telling the story.
Exactly. Context shift. Okay, scenario 2. Your boss stops you in the hall and asks, "Can you finish the report by Friday?" You're texting your coworker about it. What do you type?
Boss just asked me if I could finish the report by Friday, and I'm stressed just thinking about it.
Right? Okay, scenario 3. You're on a date and they ask, "What do you do for fun?" You're telling your best friend about the date later. What do you say?
She asked me what I did for fun, or what I do for fun if I'm reporting it right away.
Yes, either works. Scenario 4. Someone at the coffee shop asks, "Is this seat taken?" You're telling your roommate about the weird encounter. Go.
This guy asked me if the seat was taken.
Nice. Last one. Your mom calls and asks, "When will you visit?" You're telling your sibling. What do you say?
Mom asked when I would visit, and now I feel guilty.
The power of reported speech bringing on the guilt trip. But yes, perfect answer.
Okay, I feel pretty confident about this now. This is actually way easier than I thought it'd be once you explained the main rules.
Right? It's one of those things that seem super complicated, but there are really just a few key rules. Let me give you a memory trick to lock this in forever.
Ooh, I love memory tricks.
Okay, so think of reported questions like this. You're putting the question into a box. When you put it in the box, you can't keep the question's shape. You have to flatten it into a statement. The words are the same, but the structure changes.
Oh, that's actually a great visual. The question gets flattened from question order to statement order.
Exactly. And when you flatten it, you add if for yes-no questions like glue to hold it together.
Okay, that's actually going to stick in my brain. I like that.
And remember, inversion is for direct questions only. The moment you're reporting it, no more inversion. Subject comes first, always.
Where I was, not where was I. If I could, not if could I.
Perfect. You got it.
So, one last thing. What if I'm reporting a question that someone asked someone else, like not me?
Oh, good question. Same rules apply, you just change the pronouns. So if your friend asks another friend, "Are you coming to the party?" and you're telling someone about it, you'd say, "He asked her if she was coming to the party."
Okay, so just watch the pronouns, but keep the same structure.
Exactly. The grammar structure stays the same, just adjust who's who.
Cool. And what about tag questions, like, "You're coming, aren't you?"
Ooh, advanced. For tag questions, you'd usually just report the main part. "He asked me if I was coming." You'd drop the tag.
Nice, that makes it simpler.
Yep, no need to make it complicated. Just focus on the main question being asked.
All right, I think I'm ready to never mess this up again.
I love the confidence. Let's do a super quick recap to seal the deal.
Okay, here's what I learned. Reported questions use statement word order, no inversion. You don't put the verb before the subject.
Yes.
For questions with question words like what, where, why, you keep the question word but change the order. For yes-no questions, you add if or whether.
Perfect.
You usually shift the tenses back one step, present to past to past perfect, will to would. But if the info's still true, you can keep the original tense.
Exactly.
And time words change too. Tomorrow becomes the next day, here becomes there, all that stuff.
Yep, you nailed the whole thing.
I'm actually excited to use this now. I'm going to pay attention to how people report questions in movies and shows.
That's a great idea. Real-world practice is the best way to internalize this stuff.
So everyone watching, here's your homework, and I'm doing this too. Next time someone asks you something, try reporting it to someone else later. Practice makes perfect.
Love it. And pay attention to how often you hear native speakers mess this up too. It happens.
That makes me feel better about my "where was I" mistake from the beginning.
We all make mistakes. That's how we learn. The key is recognizing them and fixing them, which you just did.
True. Okay, so before we wrap up, let me test myself one more time. Give me a tough one.
All right, challenge accepted. Direct question, why didn't you tell me you were leaving?
Ooh, that's layered. Okay, she asked me why I hadn't told her I was leaving.
Perfect. You got the past perfect, hadn't told, you got the pronoun changes, and you kept the statement order.
Yes, I'm so proud of myself right now.
You should be. That was a complex one and you crushed it.
All right, everyone, if I can get this, you can definitely get this. It just takes a little practice and understanding those core rules.
Exactly. And remember, grammar doesn't have to be scary or boring. Once you understand the why behind the rules, it all clicks.
For real. And if you found this helpful, do us a favor and hit that like button so we know you want more grammar lessons like this.
And drop a comment below telling us what grammar topic we should tackle next. What's confusing you? We read every single comment.
Yeah, seriously, we're here to help with the stuff that actually trips you up in real life.
And if you're new here, welcome to English Speaking Practice. We post lessons every week that don't feel like homework, they feel like hanging out with friends who happen to be teaching you English.
Hit subscribe so you don't miss out. Trust me, we make this stuff way more fun than your old English teacher did.
No offense to English teachers, but yeah, we keep it real and practical.
All right, so quick challenge for everyone before we go. Take a conversation you had today, pick one question someone asked you, and try converting it to reported speech. Comment it below, and we'll check your work.
Yes, we love seeing you practice. And don't worry if you make mistakes. That's literally the point of practice.
You've got this. Remember, flatten the question into a statement, watch that word order, add if for yes/no questions, and shift those tenses.
Perfect summary. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We'll see you in the next episode.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep having fun with English.
See you soon.
Peace.